Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I am doing a video response for my good friend Eric at 4 Leaf Cards. He decided to do just a little contest for us to show off what we consider is our most beautiful card in our collection. Now, he said we could choose maybe 3 to 5 cards to show off in the video, but that we have to select the one card that we feel is the most beautiful card in our collection. Now, he wants us to focus more on the artistic nature of the card, again from an artist standpoint. So I'm not showing off any modern cards. These are all vintage cards in my collection. And again, he wants us to describe what makes the card, or in this case, cards, beautiful in my eyes. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I think I picked out 5 cards that I think would make most people's list. So let's get to it. I'll show you the 4 cards that were in the running, and it was a hard decision for me to come up with these 4, and then we'll end with the card that I feel is the most beautiful card in my collection. So I guess sort of coming in at number 5, you could say, is my 1954 Topps Ted Williams. I love the fact, obviously, this is an artist's rendition of a photograph of Ted Williams. Obviously, in the background there, the second image is more of a black and white photograph of Ted Williams. But for me, just that big portrait, the smile of Ted Williams, but the color of the blue cap offsetted by that yellow background of the card, the Ted Williams and the Red Sox logo in red. Just, I don't know, the colors just go so well together that I every time I look at this card, I just love it. So this was, I guess, the 5th most beautiful card in my collection, the 1954 Topps Ted Williams number 250. All right, the next one is a much older card. It is my 1909 T206 Christy Mathewson. Again, a very basic background, but again, for these T206s, you have a lot of pastel colors, and again, the artist drawing of a photograph of Christy Mathewson. Just love that pose of him. The old-time glove, the way his hair, sort of droops down a little bit, his bangs under that really small cap from back in the day. You have that New York logo there on his sleeve. I don't know, I just love this image of Christy Mathewson. There's a similar one with a white cap. I just don't like it as much. I think the dark cap just makes this card pop. And again, I just love this image in this card of Christy Mathewson. So this came in at number 4. At number 3 is a card that I think most collectors like. I think maybe it's overshadowed by 2 other cards of his. And it is my 1952 Bowman Mickey Mantle. Obviously, you have the 1952 Topps card. You have the 1953 Topps card. I have his 53 Topps card, and it was a close decision on my part whether I wanted to select the 53 Topps. But I've always loved this 52 Bowman of Mickey Mantle. Just that casual pose of his. It's not a straight sort of portrait shot. You have what looks like, I'm not quite sure what's in the background. It's almost like it's not the locker room, it's not the dugout. Maybe it's part of the stadium, I'm not sure. But just that young image of Mickey Mantle with his arms sort of folded there. You see the Yankees logo on his jersey and the hat. To me, it's just a gorgeous image of Mickey Mantle and an artist's rendition of the photograph there that was taken of Mickey Mantle back in the early 50s. Next we have, and this is these last two, I debated back and forth which one I wanted to choose as my most beautiful card in my collection, and ultimately this one dropped. This is probably maybe 1A, but technically would be 2, is my 1950 Bowman Yogi Berra. Just love everything about this card. Just Yogi in the catcher's uniform, the background, he's like in a field, the trees in the back, you know, the mitt or his catcher's mask on the ground there, posing like he's getting ready to throw the ball. Just these 1950 Bowman cards I just absolutely love. Looks like there's a few players there maybe in the background there to the left, but just a gorgeous card of Yogi Berra from 1950 Bowman. This came in at number 2 on my list. So the card that I consider is the most beautiful card in my collection is also another 1950 Bowman. It is one that I picked up at this year's National, and it's the 50 Bowman Bob Feller. There's just so much. I talked about this card in other recent videos about the 1950 Bowman set. I think I made this card my, I guess, favorite 1950 Bowman card. Just, you have the stadium, you have just you can make out individual people in the background there. They may be blurry, but you have just a whole bunch of different color. You have the dugout. He's, you know, at the beginning of his windup in a warm-up pitch for the game, you know, probably starting the game, and just the beginning of that windup, you know, he with his arms above his head, the Indians uniform, just, I don't know, just absolutely love this Bob Feller card. Again, it's not a close-up portrait of him, but I like the fact that you see all of him there, again, starting up the wind-up to his pitch. So this 1950 Bowman Bob Feller is what I consider the most beautiful card in my collection. So there you have it. Eric, thanks for doing this contest. I know this wasn't you know, celebrating any certain milestone. That's to your credit. You just love participating in the community, having the community participate amongst all of us. I think it's great that you're doing it regardless of what the prize is, which is an amazing prize, by the way, Eric. Very, very, very generous. I didn't do this for the prize. I just thought this was a great video to do. You know, part of being a collector is enjoying the cards that you have in your collection. And for me, vintage cards, especially cards of the 1950s and earlier, to me, they're little works of art. Just, you know, again, these artists, literally the Bowman and Topps hired artists to paint examples of photographs that were taken of these players, and they are, to a really good extent, little pieces of cardboard art. And I know Eric has an artistic background to him, so it's a very fitting request for us to show off what we consider our most beautiful cards. Looking forward to seeing other video responses in what your most beautiful card or cards are in your collection. Eric, again, thanks for doing this contest. If you're not familiar with Eric's channel, you definitely have to go check him out. I will be putting a link to his channel in the description of this video. Definitely go check it out. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.